How we doing tonight, people? It's your boy Bry. I'm over here in Greenville, South Carolina. One thing I'll tell you right off the bat, you notice if you come to South Carolina, is the people are much nicer in this area. Now here's another little hack. When you get off the airplane, when you get on the airplane rather, make sure you grab you some of these alcohol wipes. Just normal alcohol wipes. They're very good, the United ones. They're saturated. This will take anything off from a red wine stain to axle grease. But the reason I'm wiping down is I just come out of the Walmart, and the situation is I've got about a 4-hour ride. So what I did is I said, instead of stopping over to the corporation and getting me, how do I put this, fast food, so to speak, I'm going to do the best option that I have actually in my repertoire, which would be to get me some cold cuts and some bread, and turn around and show you how I live on the road sometimes. Now, you know, if you're going to make your own sandwiches, people, here's the other thing. Let me back up a minute. Walmart. In New York, they don't give you the bags no more. You got to drop them all over the ground or bring your own bags in with you. But we use these as garbage bags on the road. So we're going to go ahead and lay that one there. But what I did is I said, hey, the situation is you have to sometimes improvise, and you have got to, when you're making sandwiches, and if you're making me a sandwich, which you're not, but I am, you've got to get the French's, the spicy brown. Does anybody out there in DIY land like the spicy brown as much as I do? It's just a better mustard, I think, you know, than just the regular yellow one. But what we're fixing to do is I've got some, this is a honey ham, okay? And I got some good Wonder Bar bologna. If you've never had their bologna, it's pretty good. Now, actually, the last time I had, other than when I was a child, and I love these sandwiches, as a fried bologna sandwich, I actually had a friend of mine and his wife, I was working over at their house, and she offered to make a fried bologna sandwich. And at the time, I was just trying to get the job and get it done for him and be efficient. You know, and she said, well, I'm just going to make you one. I think she made me two, and she made her husband two. And let me tell you something. I have been craving those ever since. Them fried bologna sandwiches, I forgot how good they were, people. And that was way back in New York, over in Central Square. There was a person I was working on their house. I don't consider them just a person that you would go to make money off of. I consider them actually friends and family. But his wife made these sandwiches, and they were fried bologna sandwiches. They were simple, they were quick, but let me tell you something, they hit the spot. And I ain't forgot it since. But what I'm going to do is stack these up with some bologna. Okay, I'm going to make 2 of these. And when you're on the road, you're traveling, you have several choices you can make. You can turn around and stop everywhere at the McDonald's and all that, and that's fine. Like I talked about the other day, you can do that, but I can actually prefer to make my own sandwiches, and I have a little more control that way. Everything's not fried, if you know what I mean. I mean, cold cuts ain't the greatest, but at the end of the day, they're not really the worst neither. So we're gonna go ahead and check this ham out. We're gonna put a little ham on there as well. What's everybody else up to right now? I flew in tonight. It was either, I had a choice when I was flying. I had a choice. I could either have an 8-hour layover, which that's not fun in the airports, or I could turn around and fly a little later and spend a little bit on a drive, if you know what I mean. So I'd have to drive in. It looking like about a 4.5 to 5 hour drive, which is fine. As you know, I drive pretty much all the time anyway, so that's not a big problem. Take a look at the sandwich. We've got ham and bologna. This is just a cheap loaf of bread. It's like $1.78. very soft. It's Italian bread, so it's pretty good stuff. Yeah, so what I chose to do was fly in a little later. And what I'm doing now is I'm actually driving across state lines to get over to Baconton, Georgia. If you've never been there, it's a small little community. It's a small town. There's a power plant out there, obviously, that I'm headed to. And we're going to change some, pull an engine out and change some parts on it. But we got a good crew set up. We wound up getting an Airbnb. And sometimes you can save a little bit of money doing that because you actually get a better setup for the money that they give you a per diem every day, right? With this company I'm with. But look how nice and thin the guy sliced the bologna for me. Now I don't suggest that thin if you're making fried bologna sandwiches, but I like to make it thin and pile it high if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we're gonna go down there and do some work. Again, you really will be surprised if you come down here, people, if you're not from an area that's really nice and friendly. And you're going to say to yourself, man, everybody seems like, you almost feel like you're a celebrity. You know, they're like, man, why is everybody so nice to me, saying hi to me? And even the people at Walmart, I mean, they don't have a piss poor attitude. They actually have an attitude that says, can I help you, for real? And they really act like they mean it. I can see why people move here. Let's put it that way. I can see that for sure. Let me put a little mustard on these. Now, when I get to this Airbnb, I'm going to get some food, other food, and we're going to probably take some lunches and maybe take a little snack for the day because we're going to be working long days, maybe 12, 13, 14-hour days. But I'll show you what I got here before I get back on the road. I got two beauties here. So that's what I'm going to travel with. And when we get down to Georgia, that's the Georgia rule. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on. They do have a nice little shop. I may do a review on this little store next to the power plant. It's maybe 5-10 minutes away. I try to go there for lunch, but they've got all this homemade food. And we're going to give you a review on that. But just a quick update. This is your boy, Bry. I wanted to give you a little situation that shows when you're traveling, you don't always have to eat the corporation food. All right, this is Bry. You be good out there. I got to go.